Welcome to our series, Learning from the Experts, 7 Winning Strategies for Building a Successful Data Center Business. Hi, I'm Bruce Taylor with Data Center Dynamics. This series explores challenges executives and managers face when operating a successful data center. In this segment, we hear from Chris Crosby, CEO of Compass Data Centers. He's speaking with Mike Hagan, Vice President of the Service Provider segment at Schneider Electric. They're discussing the unique challenges of just-in-time design and build strategies, where 2 concerns must be balanced: how to increase the speed to market while minimizing the CapEx expend. Let's hear what these 2 experts have to say.
Thanks very much, Bruce. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Mike.
Let's jump right into it. Design, build, and just-in-time delivery. Really 3 components: finance, IT, and real estate. So let's take it from the finance perspective. What do you see from the customers? What are they asking for? And what do you perceive as the best way to approach the business?
Well, data centers have always been viewed as these long-term projects that cost a fortune. And so obviously the finance side of the business is always intimately involved. What a just-in-time build, compressing a 36-month schedule down into a 6-month schedule does is it really makes sure that that CFO suite is using their capital as efficiently as possible, or their operating expenses efficiently as possible. So a just-in-time build basically means that you're not going to have huge outlays until the outlays are absolutely necessary.
Quick question on that. Oftentimes I'll see overestimation or underestimation of the cost to build. And there's some shenanigans out there that can lead you down the wrong path. Have you seen the same thing? It is what it is. And you can build several different ways, but the cost is the cost. What have you experienced there?
Well, the hardest thing is to try to match all the constituents' needs on an internal basis, right? A horse designed by committee turns into a camel.
Let's go to the IT side, which I think sometimes is a miss too, where we're planning around a major facility, but don't always think like IT people. Talk about it from that perspective.
Well, ultimately, the IT is the end user, and it's so difficult to capacity plan. Other than the meaning in life, I think it's the second most difficult question out there. How do you know what the future is going to look like from an IT perspective? So the tighter that you can make that just-in-time delivery and you can actually match the load profiles, you're not working on a 3-year project, your data's not going to be stale. You're going to be much tighter to what the business actually needs, what the IT unit actually needs.
The hard part on that one is over-provisioning. Let's face it, sometimes making a move to outsource or off-premise is tough, and we oftentimes see big mistakes made on kilowatts per rack, over-design, poor use of capital. Has IT and facilities gotten better at managing power per cabinet and getting it right now more than before?
I think it has gotten better, but there's still plenty of room to go. If we look at the different layers in it, you've got the software layer, the IT hardware layer, and then the mechanical and electrical plant. And I think that the hardware layer and the mechanical electrical plant have gotten a lot closer together, but we're still miles apart as it relates to the software actually using these boxes.
Let's talk about real estate and location. Lots of different companies need different places for different reasons. What's your experience today? Are they moving closer to home, further than home, the same? Let's talk about real estate and how critical it is to making sure you make the right decisions.
I think the network effect is becoming more and more of an issue, and when you look at things like Internet of Things and other pieces coming into play that impact these networks, latency is a huge deal. Users want to have a very good user experience, and so where things are located is very important. Not all applications can be in the middle of a cornfield in Iowa. Also, when you're looking at a strategic asset such as a data center, you really need to make the right decisions as it relates to where you put that strategic asset because of the amount of refresh that goes on, the usability of that facility. And so taking a just-in-time type of delivery method, make sure that you're working off the latest set of criteria and not stuff that's 3 years old.
The final one, many years ago we spent a lot of time talking about Hurricane Alley and railroads and earthquakes and weather, and all those things are certainly important, but was that overblown? Is it underlooked at now? What's your opinion on how good a job people are doing as far as that selection and what the risk of that piece of real estate is?
We still think that site selection is an art as well as a science. It's a difficult thing. I'm a big believer to get a B+ in every category rather than trying to get an A in any one. There is no such thing as the perfect site out there. There's a variety of different issues, and for each company, those issues could be different. One might put network at the top, another might put tax, another might put natural disaster type of scenario. And so it's a difficult process. It's something that we spend a lot of time on with our clients, but at the end of the day, you put your precious resources in the locations that you've already made those investments. And so that means that for the most part, data centers will continue to be a combination of local and then these huge mega hubs that are out there that bring these edge data centers together.
So the final question is bringing it all together. If we look at your organization's success, how do you do it? How do you achieve just-in-time design build process to make sure you're meeting customers' requirements? Where have you found your success?
Well, we found our success in terms of just-in-time by using the lessons that we've learned from so many others in the industry, whether it's Dell making a PC, Boeing making a 737, or Toyota making a Camry. Productization we really view as the way to get an increased quality, get the speed going on things, and as a byproduct of that, you have cost reductions over time. That model has worked successfully in many industries. It has not yet been done within the data center space, and we really enjoy blazing that trail.
Plenty of runway there.
Absolutely.
Well, Chris, I appreciate your time. It's always nice to sit down with you and hear your view on the business, and we appreciate your partnership and look forward to spending time with you again soon.
Thanks, Mike.
Have a great day. Back to you, Bruce.
Thanks, gentlemen, and thank you all for joining us today. I hope you are able to gain new insight and value for your data center business from this conversation. On behalf of Schneider Electric, this is Bruce Taylor for Data Center Dynamics.